Tony Hawkins has got a podcast. I hope he's better at this than he is washing the kit because he was fucking useless.
Episode
26, Aidan
Episode
Nesbitt.
26, same age as Aidan Nesbitt, yep.
He's been released, hasn't he?
Has he really?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
And all of them. All of them that went up there,
Yeah.
except for Peter Pollitt.
Have all been released?
I could be wrong. I probably am. let's just... He's definitely been released.
The ironing is delicious.
No, not, what's that other twat who I thought was alright?
Muirhead?
Muirhead, he's been
Yeah.
released.
Oh,
Opposite.
shocker.
Right, 26.
26, here we are, and
Quiet game. Nothing to
quiet
talk about.
game, nothing to do.
Sorry.
Scored early.
Scored early, put the
Held
game to
on.
bed. That's it.
Let's be honest, it was relatively comfortable in the end. Mansfield, what did you think? Looked dead on their
Well,
feet to me.
this is what I'll think. We've said it before. We don't want to talk about them who we cannot mention.
Yeah.
But I did today, because one of them's been on the concrete roundabout, hasn't he? Like, lording it up.
Really?
Yeah, he has been a bit.
Why
Anyway,
would you do
oh,
that?
fuck knows.
What?
I've not been on their so-called website or message board, whatever
Yeah.
you call it. So I went on there today, and you can do like a word search. So a word
Yeah.
search for Mansfield.
Yeah.
And apparently, I didn't know this, even though I was at the match, Mansfield absolutely battered us on Saturday, and we
Did
were
they?
lucky to get a...
I must have been
lucky to
looking
win.
the other way.
I must have been another Mansfield, because I thought they were... I don't fancy... Well,
They look knackered. They look
Yeah, they
absolutely
did.
done.
they looked... They had nothing, did they? I mean,
No.
Lee made, what, one save? But
Yeah.
the one save he made, I thought... Like, what he did was he did all that diving stuff, didn't he? And stuck his arm out and stuff. I thought,
Yeah.
you didn't really need to do that, mate, because
Well,
you
he
just
had-
are
he
like...
had nothing
yeah,
else
he
to
had
do,
nothing
did he?
else to do, did he?
No.
I mean, they had nothing. They had nothing.
And I
Like,
wouldn't,
we
say, I
scored,
wouldn't even
what?
say they bottled it. They were just dead on their
We better
feet.
say that Housewives Favourite Sam's not here.
Oh yes, Housewives Favourite Sam is not here.
That
and
Sam, he's done.
Never shall he be
He'll never be here again.
However, we will ring him shortly.
We're going to phone him.
We're
He's
going
on
to phone
holiday.
him. He's on
somewhere.
holiday in Margello,
Nigella.
or
Nigella.
Marbula. Or
He's on
somewhere
holiday
like
with Nigella Lawson.
that. Yes. Oh, Nigella. Yes. Anyway, back to the football.
Football, right. Here's what I've written
Yes, let's have a look.
on my extensive notes. I've wrote early goal
Yep.
that killed their game plan. If indeed they had one, that is
Well,
great
now,
exclamation mark.
interesting. So, I want to go through things that I've been right about
Go on.
this season.
You've been right about a lot of things too.
I've been right about a
I
lot
don't
of
think
things.
I've been
That's
really.
because I know a lot about football, more than most, and that includes you, listener,
And
and you
me.
know who you are.
And me.
However, the one thing that I did get right, and I was very pleased about, was that Ryan Harley wouldn't start on Saturday. Now, for those
So
of
you
you,
are £10 better off, Tony.
those of you who know how I like to say that I'm always right, because
You
I
are.
am.
You were right about
I know the reason why he was dropped, and it's
I do
nothing
as well.
to do with inside knowledge or anything like that.
that. It's because he's
at all.
shit at football.
It's because Tisdale has a way of working, and it's literally 3 strikes
And you're out.
and you're out.
Really?
Yeah, that's how I see it anyway, because you look at Lee, when he dropped Lee,
He did.
that was 3 iffy games.
Yep.
He brought in Ryan Harley, trusted him with that central position, which I saw in training that he was being used as this sort of central character, which previously would have been held by Darren Potter, everything going through him, but he just drifted over far too much. Anyway, that is besides the point. He didn't start.
He didn't.
The lineup. Now there is some argument as to whether it was a 3-5-2 or 4-4, or it definitely wasn't a 4-4-2.
Not for me, there isn't.
A 5-4-1, a 5-3-1-2. It was definitely up front. I think we can go with that. With Chucks as maybe a half of a 10. Can you have a
5?
Can you have a false 10?
You can have a 5.
Can you have a false 10? Yeah,
Half a
5.
10, isn't it?
So 3 up front, 5 across the middle, 3 at the back. Now, with my extensive knowledge of football, I can tell you now.
Which is extensive.
I can tell you now.
Don't.
There is no way that Mansfield trained all week to play against a
against
3-5.
because he
Or,
didn't
sorry,
think we were gonna do that.
Wait, sorry, it's a 3-4-3, wasn't it?
Do you
3-4-3.
think that Paul Tisdale is such a master tactician that he's been playing shit for the last 2 or 3 games, thinking to himself, when we come up against Mansfield, they'll be expecting us to be really shit, but I'll do this.
The last thing
That's what I'd like to think.
The last thing Mansfield would have set up for
that we'd be good
throughout the week is
because they'd be fucking wrong.
Is A, that we play 3 up front.
Right.
Pretty sure they wouldn't have thought that. B, they probably wouldn't have expected to see Callum Britton playing in front of George, which is another thing, funny enough, I was right about.
You were right about it.
One, them being on the same pitch.
I said you'd never seen him, I said.
Playing on the same pitch, and B, Callum chucked into the midfield in front of George to give us that extra bit of oomph. So there's another 2 things.
Who was your man of the match on Saturday? I'm jumping straight on.
Well, Mum reckons it shouldn't have been Joe Walsh.
No.
He thinks it should have been Callum.
Well,
no, Conor McGrandle, sorry. Conor McGrandle.
Well, I said I have voted for him, but in retrospect, I think I'd probably give it to Russell Martin.
But it's good that you have so many choices, and you can
anyway,
doubt,
sorry, I jumped off
yourself.
a tangent there.
But yeah, no, the setup, when the team sheet came out, I had a pretty good idea what it was going to be in my head, and in fact, I picked the first 11 correctly.
In your head, or did
head.
you actually tell anyone?
No, I didn't tell anyone.
No.
I did have a very good idea about who would play at the back. And
Louis for me.
I put Louis in there. I put Callum in, and I thought if he goes for it, Mansfield are going to be like shit. They're going to get that team sheet at 1:30 or when it records to, and they're going to go, "Fuck, we have not
prepared
for this," and that immediately put them in a panic. We scored the early goal. Yet another assist for Mr. Lewington.
That done them. They had nothing after that.
No,
and you think to yourself, what was it? The second, third minute?
Yeah.
They had nothing after that.
They didn't have anything.
Had absolutely nothing.
Even though we scored and they had to score at least one goal.
It didn't look like they were that interested, to be quite honest.
And we still controlled most of that first half. And the second half, I was expecting that. You know, we've seen it how many times this season where a team comes out, has their good 20, 25 minutes. We weather the storm, but Mansfield didn't even do that. So spoke to a few Mansfield Gap fans after the game, and they're not overly confident.
I thought they were
tired.
They were a lot better in the second half, but having said that, I wasn't worried. Well, I was sitting there, and I've written it down. I can remember looking at the clock, right, and it was 72 minutes.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, fucking hell, let's just give time, just over 20 minutes, innit?
Yeah.
I'm thinking, oh, brilliant. So I'm sitting there, and like, fucking half an hour goes by. I thought, fucking, I looked up the clock and it was 74 minutes, genuinely. And I just thought to myself, and I know I've banged on a lot right recently about, I don't give a fuck, go up or down. I've never been so nervous.
What were you like on Friday?
I was all right.
So Friday,
even,
I was a mess.
Kickoff. No, it was
Friday,
fine.
I went into work and we were given the option of if we wanted to take in some loo time. So I went in at 9, finished at 12:30. Went and saw my granddaughter and my daughter. Then sort of thought, right, well, I need to keep myself occupied. So
I wasn't that bad.
What do? I went and bought a car. So I went and bought a car. Then all Friday night...
You drove it around?
No, I didn't actually pick it up till yesterday, but...
Sainsbury's car park.
Yeah, that's it.
Handbrake turned. It was great.
I was lying in bed Friday night, Saturday morning. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm thinking, why am I still awake?
Jesus.
I've never, ever felt like that about an impending game.
That was a bigger game for me than that championship game.
Everybody agrees with that, yeah. There was no pressure on us before.
No, because that game we weren't expected to go up. Well, we were expected to go into playoffs, but
that
game we were expected to go up. It was a big thing. Oh, I don't know what to
Who
say.
Who was sitting around you? What were the people like round you?
Well, the bloke who we've sat with me, the cowshed, he just fucking killed me. All he done, I'm not joking, and I don't know if he listens or if he doesn't, but if he does listen, all he done was fucking slag Kieran off like he does every week. It was so funny. At one point he goes, "Oh, for fuck's sake," I goes, "Mate, I said he scored 22 goals,
yeah.
And he's going, "Oh, he's still shit though." I goes, "Well," I said, "he scored 20 odd goals, mate." I said, "Fucking hell," I said, "Where would we..." But when it finished, right, like when that final whistle went, I mean, I don't even know this bloke's name, but you sit beside these blokes, don't you? Yeah. Him, me and my lad just absolutely done a massive fucking... We're all jumping up and down and hugging. It was just fucking great.
Well, I had mum to me right, and the 2 rows behind the home dugout are closed off because they're for staff and family and all that sort of thing.
Well, you could be in.
Usually there's... No, I sit there every game. Usually there's 50 seats in that row. there's usually at least 40 left.
Yeah.
But Saturday, they were absolutely round. We had to reserve our seats. So Mum says to me, she's not nervous at all. She was an absolute wreck throughout the entire game.
I must admit, I genuinely was.
On one side, I had Kirsten, the club secretary, on my left. She was an absolute wreck. Every time they got the ball, she's sort of head on my shoulder, looking up into the sky.
I took a picture of myself, didn't I? Like I was sat right up for the whole game, my hand over my mouth. It was just, and I thought, oh, I've got to take a picture of this, which I did. And I just thought, oh, it was just like, see when that final whistle went, I just thought, oh, do you know why I was happy that it went?
And it was utter relief.
Yeah, because I genuinely I always want the football season to be over.
Yeah.
Because it's such a big thing, and even doing this podcast is a massive commitment. And I thought, oh, fuck me, that's it done. Wednesdays, Thursdays and Friday nights are now my own. I can do it. And I also thought to myself, I didn't realise that the playoffs were this Thursday.
Yes, indeed, yeah.
So I thought, and when I seen that, I thought, oh, I'm double glad now, because then it would have been such a palaver, wouldn't it? Oh, I'm so relieved. I'm relieved that we went up on the first goal. I just am. And we don't have to go into the playoffs, and there's no that crap that you get with that. I mean, I love the playoffs, but I only love
when it's
them
someone else.
when we're not in
when
them.
It's someone else.
I mean, I can't wait to, I love the playoffs because it's a drama, innit? And it's the fact that someone's going to be immensely disappointed. And shall I be blunt with you? I genuinely hope that Mansfield don't go up, because they were a horrible.
I don't think they would. I don't think they can. I mean, unless they
have
suddenly get a load of energy and stamina.
Who do you think will go up? I'm going Forest Green. Are they in the playoffs?
I like Tranmere. I like Tranmere. I do like Tranmere, but Forest. Do you know what? I wouldn't mind any of the three: Forest Green,
apart
Tranmere.
From Mansfield.
Not really Mansfield. No. Newport. I wouldn't mind. I don't think Newport would last 5 minutes in League One, but they've had a fantastic season. Forest Green as well. Just to be in the playoffs for two clubs like that is a major achievement. From where they've come from, you know.
At the end of the day, I don't really care who gets up, but I don't want Mansfield to go up, because they were just, as a fan base, that took me somewhat by surprise.
Do you know what? The worrying thing is that if Mansfield do actually get through, they are more likely to do better than the other three in League One, I would have thought, yeah. Tranmere maybe, but certainly I think definitely better than Forest Green and Newport, I reckon.
Well, when I went into the office on Tuesday morning, like I say, they're all Luton fans, and I goes, yeah, and he goes, oh, there was loads of trouble, wasn't there? And I said, well, I didn't see any trouble when I was there, not a bit of it, but I said, but subsequently I've heard that there was. And one of the blokes goes, yeah, when they came to Luton when they were in League Two, and he's got a season ticket at White Hart Lane or whatever they're calling it now, and at Luton, and he's going, when they turned up there, they were fucking horrible. They smashed up 2 pubs in Luton, which I didn't know about. And you just think, they're fucking Mansfield, aren't they? But then when you read into their background, you just think, oh shit, you've.
Well, to be fair,
horrible.
I did see it.
Did you see that woman in the county?
Yeah, I love that.
Oh, she was great.
I did see a group of younger fans running straight towards the Mansfield.
Did you go on the pitch?
No.
You'll incriminate yourself if you do.
The second the whistle went, I hugged my mum. Kirsten had gone by then because she went off to curse it. She said, I've got to go. The EFL were needed to speak to her because they were ready to go with the, who was going to get the banners, who was going to get the trophy and all that sort of thing. So she had to go and arrange that. And she said, I'm off to curse it now so that Mansfield can score the goal. Oh, no. Fortunately, they didn't. Jump up and down, hugged me mum, had another jump up and down, turned around, hugged me mum again. And then it was right then, mum, see you later. And I went off and got myself a pint, had a ciggy, had a wee.
Well, I had arranged with Mick Gurner that if we won, we were going to meet at the centre circle.
Yeah.
Which is what we done. And it was so funny, like, because the initial, when they all ran on, they were all jumping out of the seats, weren't they, and jumping out of the barriers, but I just, like, ambled slowly down, just like, excuse me, wandered up to the centre circle, stood there, and then Mick ran by, goes, Mick, and that was it, and I thought, I've never... I'm 57
I did think about going on,
right?
But I thought I didn't really see much point, really.
Yeah, it's a different thing for you, but I've never ever done that before, and I thought, there's some things in your life you've just got to do, isn't it? And I thought one of them is being in that centre circle.
I did see a lot of photographs
of the centre circle,
and the centre spot, which wasn't actually a spot.
No,
it's a circle.
I took one. It was great.
Yeah, no, I see what you mean. I mean, I've been on that pitch a million times, and I've done that running on.
And I had a wee stand about and a wee look, and I hugged Cam tonight. And I hugged that big lag Ollie. He was the first one I grabbed. Hey! And I ran up to centre circle and Cam Durant was there, so we had a jump about. I just thought, oh, that's fucking brilliant. It was such a good feeling. Like I say, it was so much better feeling than that championship thing.
Yeah, because again, there was no pressure on us, and that was sheer joy, and that was an expression of relief as much as anything else. It was fantastic. We're going to let's talk about this. Some of the fan videos, but one in particular. Did like a lot of the videos, but this young lady, Maya, is it Maya? Who also won Young Fan of the Year at the Player of the Year Awards.
Well, I've got something else. There's three things I wanted to order this girl's video.
So if you get to see this video, it's this young girl, Don's fan, has got a vlog that she puts up.
Yeah,
this
she's
one,
done loads of them.
It's the first one I've seen, and it's just her day. The preparations for the day.
The funniest thing you've ever seen.
The day on the site. You have to see this. You can get the link on the concrete roundabout. It's definitely on the concrete roundabout. We'll stick one up on the Facebook and the Twitter.
That is worth watching. And you know what? It's worth watching it from the beginning right to the end.
Yeah. And it's also worth watching it if, like me, and the majority of them, in fact, pretty much everybody of our age or over the age of 25.
You've got another team.
You've had another team. You've supported another team. You may still have them. I don't personally. It's just Don's or nothing for me.
That's Milton's me now, Tony. I don't care what's happening at 12 o'clock this Sunday.
She epitomises that generation.
Did you watch it from the
start? We knew was coming.
Did you see her packing a suitcase?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
She packs a suitcase, right, which is funny in itself. But then if you go on YouTube and you look at the comments underneath it, there's some twat from Lincoln saying, "Why are you packing a suitcase for a football game?" You think, mate, are you just some kind of a fucking prick? Yeah, really, honestly. I mean,
and her camera work is brilliant. To be fair, camera work's really good. But it's great to see that. I think your son. Certainly my daughter.
He's on the cusp of having one team.
Only because my daughter didn't follow football before the MK Dons. But this girl is, I don't know how old she is. She can't be much more
pretty
than
young.
10. Maybe, I don't know.
But it was... and she's so good at it as well, isn't
pure, unadulterated
and she's exceptionally good at presenting it, isn't she? She's brilliant.
And it's absolute pure joy from
the
her.
funniest bit for me is, like, she's running along it, because she was like a mascot, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So she's running along the concourse, isn't she? Like, and she's like... I don't know what she's talking, and she gets to the stairs and she's running down the stairs just as we score, and she just goes absolutely ballistic. It's the funniest thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, so that's her now for the rest of her life. Could be a curse, could be a good thing, but
it was good. And then at the end of it, she runs on the pitch, and the first thing she does when she runs on the pitch is like a knee slide. That is brilliant video. It really is.
It's like when you're an adult and you see a bouncy castle and it's empty, and there's no one else there. Fuck this, I'm on it. And then
it was such
a hernia later and you're off again.
Such a spectacular, like, unbridled joy from that kid. You just think that it was everything for her, wasn't it? It was great. I was chuffed to bits for her. And it was such, like, over and above everything else, it was such a well-produced video. I don't know if she'd done it herself or if
it was fantastic. I'm sure these days with the technology and the apps available, she probably has done it herself, to be honest.
Did it in a wee home.
So what did you do after the game?
What did I do after the game? I can't remember. Oh, I just got picked up by my wife and we just
went for a wee, went for a ciggy.
In fact, I sat in the shed playing about with drum machines and stuff.
Went to Club Red. I don't know if the man of the match actually happened or not.
Who was the official man of the match?
Joe Walsh. So sat in there having a pint, and then all the players started coming up to Club Red, and people started drifting off, and then we got invited up to the directors' lounge.
Oh, did you?
And then from then on,
was that because you used to work for the club?
Because I used to work for the club. After that, it was just carnage. The players. Sam will testify to this. The players and not all of them, I presume, but Sam got in at 6 o'clock on Sunday morning, and had to work.
Did you have to work?
Back to work the Legends game, yeah. So I went in and saw him. He wasn't too well. I went down there to pick up my ticket for the Player of the Year Awards, and I'd already bought myself a ticket for the Legends game, and the fresh air just done me. And I was about to walk in and watch it, and I thought,
I was just relieved that I'd, like I say, I was just happy that it had done. I had a quiet night in here. I was playing about with drum machines and synthesizers or whatever you pronounce it.
I'm surprised there's not actually more videos out there of the players and their celebrations.
There's a good video of the Player of the Year.
Alex Gilby
absolutely leathered.
Pouring a pint over himself. I love that. And his presentation, everybody was terrified. Couldn't interview Louis, mainly because he couldn't talk. And secondly, he was licking everything and everybody in sight.
Oh dear.
Which is never a pleasant experience. At one point, he took my glasses and ran off with them. Fortunately, I've got such poor eyesight that he had to stop because he physically couldn't stand up.
Oh, he was
not
wearing
anything
them.
to do with the beer.
Oh,
yeah,
right.
I mean, my glasses are just horrifically. My eyes are horrifically bad.
It looked like a good night on the video.
Yeah. So apparently they got in at 6 o'clock Sunday morning. They were back in the pub Sunday afternoon,
Good for
lunchtime
them.
afternoon, and then straight to the Player of the Years.
Brilliant.
I can honestly say I have never seen such an absolute mess
Of players.
of players. But the great thing about it was they were singing Tisdale's at the Wheel.
Really?
They knew all the words. They were singing the Tequila song.
Right, I want to talk about the Tequila song for
Yeah.
a specific reason.
Oh, go on then. Let's talk about that. Go on.
The lad that said he would get a tattoo if
Did get the
David
tattoo.
Wheeler
Yeah.
scored the goal, he done it.
Apparently, David Wheeler. I did see a photo of David Wheeler
Yeah,
on Sunday
and the
night,
cut.
but he couldn't believe it. He
That he'd
kept
done
going
it,
back
yeah.
and
No wonder.
having to look at it.
You know what? I mean, I'll be honest, that shit's not going to wash off. That's it, mate. He's young, that guy, isn't he?
Yeah.
See, by the
Oh,
time
yeah.
he gets to my age,
Yeah.
he'll be like the guy, right? Like when I was at school, there was this guy, and I'm going to name him. His name was Alan Hopkin, right?
Oh, Alan, how is he?
Well, I don't know. But,
Oh, right.
but I tell you what he has got on his arm. We were in biology, right? And I was really good at biology.
Yeah.
I was spectacular at it, right? I even got a certificate for being really good at it. So that's just another thing.
Ooh.
But anyway, we were in biology once, right? And Alan, he was one of the blokes that sat up the back. So you don't need to say anything else.
Yeah.
Right, so you know what Alan was doing one day? He was
Was he
doing-
mucking about with a Bunsen burner?
he was doing a homemade tattoo on his arm.
Yeah.
And do you know what that homemade tattoo said? This is 1976.
1976.
What was-
Fuck me, it's hot.
What was big in 1970? Well, it was 1977.
Brotherhood of Man.
No, he had tattooed on his arm punk rock. Now, Alan Wright is now 57 years old.
Yeah.
Alan's got punk rock tattooed on his arm by Indian ink and a needle. That guy who's got that David Wheeler tattoo is young. He's got his whole life in front of him with fucking David Wheeler and a
But,
tattoo.
but, more importantly, he kept his word.
Oh, he kept his word.
kept
I mean,
his
I would
word
have
and he
just
got it
said
done.
it if it had been me.
So,
I would have
fair
gone,
play
yeah,
to you,
you're
son.
fucking joking.
Yeah,
aren't
lesson
you?
learned.
Yeah, well
lesson
done,
learned.
mate. I mean,
lesson
you know,
learned there,
well
to
done.
be fair. But yeah, so yeah, I was sensible actually. I went. I got home.
What
at,
did you get? I love Louis on my your ass.
Well, I'd completely forgotten. I'd breakfast at 8 o'clock Saturday morning,
Breakfast at 8
and then at 9 o'clock Saturday night, it occurred to
that
me
you'd not eaten.
that I hadn't eaten,
Oh right. Oh.
and my stomach fully agreed with this and decided that a belly full of beer is not welcome when there's no food.
No.
And there was
Did
a
you
rather urgent dash
Throw up, did you?
to. I tell you what, I'm not proud of it, but good God, it was like The Exorcist. It
Oh,
was.
dear. What, your head spun round?
Well, it didn't actually spin, but it felt like it was. It was
Levitated above a
horrendous.
bed. I'm just going to check my notes.
Yeah, so I was home by 10 Saturday, and I was home at just
Oh,
before 1
one
on,
last thing I want to
Sunday.
say.
Oh, Monday morning. Yeah.
One last thing about that. Did you see Paul Tisdale's interview on Sky?
No.
Did you not see his wife crashing it?
Oh yes, yes, I did. Yeah. Well, that was part of the video. There was. Oh,
That was
by
very
the
funny,
way,
wasn't it?
by the way, and I will ask him. But Lee Scriven this year surpassed himself. You've not been to the Player of the Year Awards before.
No.
So every year Lee does a video, and generally it is fucking brilliant,
Yeah.
including last year's, which was basically
Fucking good
we
luck
are
with that.
shit. So not only has he surpassed himself this year, but he actually used sound bites from Dan Machici.
Oh,
We've
really?
got a plan that one.
Oh, dear.
Yeah.
We've got a plan.
And I'll see if Lee will put it up somewhere or share it privately because you have to see it. Then Tisdale comes on. He's got 2 videos of his own.
Really?
Yeah.
What, he's done his own videos?
Motivational videos
Oh,
that
good
he
for
played. One of them was a motivational video he played to the players on Friday before the
Really?
game. Yeah, it was just I mean, he did his speech, which was, and he's quite a reserved,
Yeah, he is,
guarded sort of chap when
Yes.
he talks, and he talks in facts and not a lot else. But he said, he was talking about it's the worst thing about being a football manager is that you can only choose 11 players to play and that sort of thing. But he was just so relieved. What came out was so relieved that he didn't have to go through the playoffs because
he would
if
fucking
maybe
lose.
he's not the sort of bloke you could see things would get to him. But the thought of having to go to the playoffs and had he lost,
There would have
again,
been a lot
that's
of
got to
pressure
affect
on
man, hasn't
him
it?
and us because of his history in the playoffs
Yeah.
and our history in the playoffs. So I did think if that combines, I mean, he's got a massive amount to prove with his history in the playoffs. So
Yeah, exactly.
just think, yeah, fuck you and your playoffs. Is
Well, that's
I'm
what he
trying
said.
to say.
He said rather than go to the playoffs, we just decided to get promoted. So anyway, well done to the boys. Well done to Paul Tisdale.
Well done to Paul
Well done to
Tisdale's
everybody
wife
at the club,
for crashing that interview.
especially the commercial team, who basically had no time off at all over this weekend.
Yeah, they get well paid,
with
Tony.
the game, but is it worth the money to work every single day over a weekend and all these things? But anyway, it was a fantastic weekend all round.
So we're done.
So yeah, so let's go on to
Feedback corner.
things that Tony's been right
Oh,
about
right.
this season.
Well, this
Right.
is a new section. Go on, Tony,
so
go.
I've been saving this up, as you know.
You've not made
firstly,
detailed
and
notes, have you?
these predictions were made before
Have you
the
double
season
checked
started.
this? Because you have got a shitload of things wrong this year.
I've got anything wrong. So I have witnesses to this. I said us and Lincoln would go up automatically
You did.
before the beginning of the season.
I said Benny would drop away.
Yep, on the
Wrong.
first day of the season, on the way to Oldham, I said Kieran Agard would score 20 goals
You
this
were right
season.
about that. You
I
were
was
wrong.
right about that.
You were wrong about
Well,
that.
he's actually scored more.
So there you go.
George and Callum playing on the same pitch, and Callum playing playing in front of him as not a battering ram, but as another attacking thrusty type
You're right about that as
thing
well.
there.
3
And
things you were right about.
Harley not starting on Saturday is
You
right
were right about that. You're 10 quid better off there.
Yeah, I actually
you
made
get that money?
overall. I've won 30 something quid so far.
On
so.
bets with fellow fans.
Yeah, just because they're idiots and they
Well, they are
they'll bet
idiots.
against me. So other than that, just in general being right.
I was wrong
round,
about
so.
nearly everything.
Yeah, but there you go. That's why we work well together. You see.
Yes.
One of us has
Yin
got
and
to be
yang.
right, one of us has got to be wrong. Well, there's no point if we were both right all the time.
Lowell and Hardy.
Would there? Yeah,
I see
exactly.
myself as the thin one and you as the bigger fella.
Actually, I think that's fair enough to say.
I see you as either Laurel or Hardy. I don't know which one's
Laurel
which.
or Hardy, but
Yeah, one of the
a
two.
bit more sort of Laurel. Yeah. So we've got feedback corner
Wait,
and
I've got
questions,
feedback
haven't
corner. Questions. Let's do feedback corner first.
we? Okay.
What have you got?
Nothing.
Paul Harris has sent something.
Yeah,
in.
he has actually. Hello all.
Hello.
Oh yeah. Just watched Quest, and after seeing the highlights, it's now fully sunk in that MK are back in League One next season, playing against Wickham, Posh, and the other team, who called our opponents today Mansfield,
Mansfield
which was
is
a
pretty
bit
funny.
harsh. Yeah, I do like
good
that. Actually, it's quite good. I have the Toronto Blue Jays in the MLB and
Nice.
Manly Sea Eagles in the NRL to see. I don't know what either of those
Don't know
things
what
are.
that means,
I don't know what
mate.
any of those things are. Enjoy the break. It's been a great series of podcasts.
Go. Thank you very much, Paul
Thank you very
Harris.
much, Paul. We've got. Then he also sent us a video.
That's that woman we're
Which is
talking
that
about.
woman, yeah, and the bloke who.
That's worthwhile watching if you've not seen
It is. If you've got 12, 16 minutes, wherever it was spare, watch that as well.
What did she actually see, that woman?
You're a fucking disgrace or something.
Something
You
like
should
that.
have some, yeah.
You've come
The
to
thing
our
is,
place
no,
and we've
that
respected
was
you
it.
or something else.
What I also meant to say to you was, before I saw that video, after the game, I was outside having a ciggy, and she was there with her husband,
Have a
and we
chat
had a
with her.
perfectly reasonable chat. So I don't know what
I
that
thought
was.
you were a Mansfield fan.
Clearly. Matthew Fawn.
Matthew? What's
Gents.
Matthew said?
Hope the hangovers aren't too bad today.
Alright.
This was sent 3 days ago, so no,
Yeah,
they probably
fine, yeah.
probably was actually.
Alright, now.
A few questions to round up what's been a great season.
Go
Number
on.
one,
Go.
quickly review each player's season and whether
Go,
you keep it
fuck
for next
me.
year. So
Have you
let's
got a
whip
list?
through the ones that we can remember.
Remember.
Yeah? I'll tell you what, we'll mark them out of 10 with a brief few words. if
Okay,
necessary.
right. Lee.
I'm going to give him an 8.
Really, I'm giving him a 7.
Yeah, I think he deserves an extra one just for coming back after being dropped and playing so well when he did.
Yeah, it takes a certain mindset to be able to do that,
Yeah.
because when he was dropped, he didn't throw his toys out the pram.
Yeah.
Accepted it. Accepted that he probably needed a break.
Yeah.
What was his name? Stuart Moore come in.
Stuart
He
Moore
started all right, and then he went a bit shit.
Yeah.
So that's 2 players.
And
in
he's
one.
changed as well. His demeanour has changed. And
Who?
he's,
Lee?
Yeah, he's a lot more. Because when
Lot
when
more
I
mature.
when Carl brought him in, he was number 2. Was always going to be as long as Dave was fit. But now he's much more focused. He looks stronger. He looks.
He certainly
I know,
looks
just
a
something
better
about him,
player
he
than he
looks
did last year. Yeah, I know it's a shit league. Right, Lewington.
George Louis.
Oh, Louis.
Louis.
Oh, no, do go George first.
George, we'll do it in number order. George, I'm going to give George 10.
Really, I'm giving George 8.
I'm giving George 10 because he didn't miss a single header all
No,
season.
he was.
And when he came back, he fitted in
and
straight away.
Don't forget that he was out and came back and he looked no different than when he went.
Yeah,
he was
came
good.
straight
Well
in.
done to him.
10 out of 10. Louis?
Well, 10 out of 10. He's my player of this season, really.
Yeah, I'm going to give Louis a 10 because, not just for the performances, but taking up the opportunities that Tiz has given him to play.
I'll tell you why I'm giving him a 10, Tony.
Yeah.
He comes down here every Wednesday night. He sits in that chair there.
Yeah.
He introduces this podcast.
The same
He's
thing
sat
every
there
week.
right now.
The same thing every week.
And
You
he
never
doesn't,
hear from him, do you?
he doesn't even want to
Doesn't- he
contribute
doesn't
any
wanna-
further than say how shit you were as a kit man. So
Yeah,
he's getting 10 out of
exactly.
10 for that.
Yeah,
Cheers,
10 out of
Louis.
10 for that. Number 4, Joe Walsh.
Yeah, I mean,
I think he made a couple of mistakes.
Yeah.
You know, again, we didn't see an awful lot.
He's
I'm going to give him a
another
7.
isn't he?
Can't be
Yeah.
wrong with a 7, can you?
A 7 straight
Have we got a number 5?
I don't know who that is. We should have had a list of
Yeah,
players. shouldn't we? Shall we just do the ones we can remember?
Let's do it. Yeah. Number 7. Is that Jordan Houghton? Is it Jordan Houghton?
Let's do Jordan Moore Taylor. He was a
Jordan
defender.
Moore Taylor. For what he played,
You'd
11.
have to give that guy a
11
10.
out of 10.
Yeah, a 10.
Yeah,
without a doubt.
so
He was
very easy,
I'm
very
looking
easy, that
forward
one.
to that guy coming back.
Yeah. Bailey Cargill?
Did he not get
No.
continually got high marks from
Yeah, well,
everyone?
he did. Yes, he did.
Yeah, he's a player that's kind of passed me by, really. I guess when players are good.
Well,
Well, he's not
everybody
good, is
raved
he?
about
He's
him.
not shit, he's not good. He's one of those players that's just constantly
There,
alright.
he's always
I guess.
on it, yeah.
So, yeah, it's difficult to say with players like him.
I would say with him, again, he slid under my radar a bit
Yeah.
because I don't really know the bloke and
No.
I'm not really interested in.
Him.
Yeah, I just don't,
Don't like
have
him.
the. I just don't have the. As I said at the Player of the Year awards, all these players there, without the numbers on their shirts, I have
wouldn't
no
know
idea
them,
who they
no.
are. Not a clue. Right, I've got some numbers here now.
Go
So
on,
Matty Baudry is number 5.
Eh,
He got sent off early doors.
that says nothing
Came
to me,
back,
that,
didn't do
no.
a lot.
No,
Give him a 6.
I'm giving him a 5.
Mitch Hancock's played once, that I recall.
Well,
Probably played more than that, but
4.
didn't set himself. Didn't do us. That was skip over him. Number 16, Russell Martin.
Russell Martin, I'm giving 10 out of 10.
10
to.
out of 10 for the performances, the headers, and his passion.
Yeah, and the fact that
He
he
loves
is.
it. He loves
He's a man of
it.
a certain age, that bloke, but
Yeah.
yet
He'll still
to be able to
fit as a
defend
fiddle
like
when he's
that, yeah, I
45.
mean, he was phenomenally good.
Yeah.
He was really good on Saturday, just going.
Callum Britton.
I'm giving Callum 9 out of 10.
I'm going to give him a 9. He's
Yeah.
held that position really well this season and
He's
been
had
asked to
dips,
play.
hasn't he?
Yeah, he's
So,
been asked to
yeah.
play in different positions and done well. Oos.
Oos. Well, difficult to say. I mean, I'm tempted to give Oos a 7, but I'm going to give him 8 because he's not really an 8, but the sort of passion that he shows and his enthusiasm.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
giving him my own nickname,
which
which is Taps.
why are you giving him taps?
Hot and cold.
I suppose he is. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I mean,
I'm going to give him a 7.
right. I'm going to split the difference then.
Yeah,
Like footballer ability, I'm going to give him a 6.
yeah.
But passion and just for being like an all-round nice
being a
guy, I'm going to
good
give him
bloke,
8.
yeah.
So there.
Ryan Watson. I thought he had a great season.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
9.
I don't.
9.
Yeah, I'll give him 9 as well.
Alex Gilby, player of the season.
Well, you got to give him 10 then, haven't you?
Yeah.
I don't think he was player of the season, and he wouldn't even have been in my top 3 for player of
No,
the
well,
season.
that's the only thing I did get
Yeah.
wrong. That's the only thing I did get wrong.
Yeah.
I said Gilby would get players player, and Cags would get fans player.
Yeah.
It was actually the other way around.
Right. Okay.
But that was a surprise to me that I got that wrong.
Yeah.
I mean, me being wrong is a surprise.
Well, you got to
anyway,
give him
but-
10, but we're giving him 10.
Jake Hesketh,
I'm giving him 10.
10.
To be quite honest, with you, I'd like to go back to say about him. He was probably, the more I think about it, he was probably really was my player of the season. I'm giving it to Louis because
And he improved game on
and he
game
was
as well.
just a great player. And I'll be sad to see him go. To be quite
10's
honest.
all round coming up. Conor McGrandles.
Yeah, 10 for
10,
Connor. I thought he was
easy,
great.
easy.
A
I mean,
great player he is.
he is
I'm
a
lucky
very,
to have a player
very,
like that,
very
to be
good
quite
player.
honest. And he's
Lawson
Scottish.
Darth, are we even going to bother?
Fucking hell, I don't even remember him
Jordan
playing.
Houghton, 10.
10.
Just
yeah.
for those teeth and the hair.
Yeah.
Love it. Who else we got here? Ryan even at the Player of the Year Awards when Trevor Marshall was announcing the names.
Did you have to look twice?
No, he called him Ryan Watson
Oh dear.
instead of Ryan Harley. Ryan Harley, I'm going to give him a.
Show
I'm
me a
going
picture
to
of
give him a 5.
Oh,
I'm going to give him a 5 for the 2 bottle tackles.
I feel a bit sorry for him because
No, I'm sorry, but You can play badly, but you can't bottle a tackle.
He's a guy, Tony, that was just way out of his depth, that bloke. I mean, I'm not the kind of
He
guy...
shouldn't be.
No.
He shouldn't be. He's played at this level before and higher. Much higher.
I ain't really the kind of guy that feels sorry for people, so I'm giving him 3.
Yeah.
Sorry, mate.
Robbie Simpson. He did a job when he
didn't really
came on.
see him that often, did we? When he came on, he done all right. So for the fact that when he came on, I mean, did you see him at the final whistle?
He was as passionate as anybody. He was absolutely over.
I'd give him. I'm giving him 7.
I'm giving him an 8 because he always came on in usually a difficult situation. David Wheeler.
9.
9. Yeah, I think 9's fine. He's close to a 10, but he's not quite there. Dylan. Only played the first game of the season, didn't he?
I mean, I don't know.
We'll
pass on him. You can't make a decision on guys like him, can you?
And that just leaves
a dynamic duo, Tony. Me and
leaves. I've done that deliberately. Could you tell, Mr. Chucks Anike?
I'm giving 8 to Chucks.
I'm going to give him a 10.
Right. Okay.
Because he doesn't give a fuck what anybody thinks.
Right. Okay.
And he will do what he likes, and he can go and score.
All right, actually, I'm going to give him. I'm changing that. I'm giving him 9.
And Kieran,
10.
Infinity
10.
out of 10.
I mean, he was.
No words.
He actually was. He's been the pivotal player this season. If it wasn't for him, I don't think we would have gone up this season.
No.
So that's how important he is, and the fact that he got. I mean, even on Saturday, I said earlier on, didn't he? The guy that sits next to me was giving him death, and you just think. Are you people blind? He scored. He is the reason we've gone up, that bloke.
Yeah.
But yeah, 10 out of 10.
Fox in the box.
He is.
He didn't score outside the area.
He's the podcast's player of the year.
Podcast player of the year.
My personal player of the year is Dean Lewington.
Yeah, I'm really, really pleased that he got Players Player of the Year. For him to get Players Player, particularly as a striker, because it generally goes to a workhorse type or someone who's good in the changing room. That's why I thought Alex Gilbert would get it, because I know he's great in the changing room, and he has had a very good season. But I just thought that Kieran getting it is a major bonus for him to get the recognition from his own teammates.
Yes,
and
that must be the most important. That must be the most important award, really.
To a footballer, it is, because you're getting the recognition of your own players.
Peers, aren't you, really?
And that is one of the hardest decisions to make. I would assume that they've done it anonymously, and each other wouldn't have known who they were voting for.
I'd have voted for myself.
Either that, or they've all got together and said, make sure you vote for Keggs because we all think he deserves it. Because there will be people who want fairer votes. But no, I mean, I was really pleased for him. Really, really pleased. I spoke to him last night. He is...
What, when he was round your house?
When he's round my house, he was cooking me up some beans on toast. Yeah. He comes home once a week, cooks me up something. And... he's just a thoroughly nice man.
That old boy's asked some other questions, hasn't he?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so we've done the players bit.
Yeah.
So, if... Oh, and who would we keep next year?
What, if we only had to keep one? Or
I think it's easy to say who we wouldn't keep.
Ryan Harley's gone.
I wouldn't be too disappointed, but I've said it before, and I will say it again, he has the potential.
No. He's a weak link.
Maybe a pre-season, a bit of continuity perhaps, I don't know. But
anyway.
I'd keep everybody else.
Yeah, I would
happily keep everybody else. And I'd like to see more of, assuming we don't have the loanees back, I'd like to see more of Robbie Simpson.
Yeah, I would, G.
Yeah,
he's
I'd
a
love
good player.
that.
Yeah.
If you could bring back one of the following three, either on loan or permanently, which one would you choose? Hesketh, Wheeler or Healy?
Hesketh.
One of the following three.
You got to pick, come on. Go quick.
I hate this.
No, you got to pick one.
I hate it's Wheeler.
Really?
Yeah. I think he's so good in the air.
Did you see his interview?
Yeah.
He surprised me, that bloke, with how intelligent and
really, really passionate about it. And
I was
again,
surprised. No, that's got to be matey said.
Right. Best moment of the season, excluding Saturday, and worst moment of the season.
The best moment for me was beating Cambridge 6-0.
I'd say it was Notts County away.
Really?
Yeah.
The worst for me, even though I think it's a game we won, was that Tuesday night when it snowed. Just Who did we play that? I can't think who it was. We did win, but I can remember sitting in that stands thinking, fuck me, is this just ever going to end?
What am I doing here?
That was the worst. That was the lowest point for me.
One followed the other. So Notts County was the best. Port Vale was the worst.
Really? No, it was definitely
just the feeling
that night it snowed.
The feeling after Port Vale.
I just thought to myself, nah, mate,
absolutely
this is not
horrendous. Cool. 3 away games you're most looking forward to next season.
Right, this is a good one for me because I didn't do them last year.
Yeah.
But this year, coming, I'm definitely going to go to, what you call them, High Wycombe away.
Yeah.
I'm going to go there. I am, even if I have to take time off work I'm 100% going to go to AFC this year.
You are.
And you know what I'm going to do before I go?
It's your phone that's not on
Yes, it
silent.
is.
So
Okay.
just saying.
Right, what I'm going to do is, like I say, I'm going to take time off work and
Yeah.
I'm going to get a shirt printed, and on the back of my shirt I'm going to get Jers printed on it. And what
Oh
I'm going
my
to do is
God! Well, I'm definitely not going.
I'm
then.
going to stand with my back to the pitch for the whole entire 90 minutes
Well,
with my name written on the back of that.
I'm doing
Just saying, Tony.
the 3 I'm most looking forward to because I get to go to 3 new grounds next
Oh,
season.
go on.
Burton, Blackpool, and Accrington. Haven't done those 3. Can't wait to tick them
Is
off.
there any ones that are relatively near to where to Milton Keynes? Because that's the ones I'm going to do.
Oxford,
I'm going to go to Oxford.
Coventry,
Yeah, that's the 3 I'm going.
Coventry,
Coventry's
Peterborough.
a good one.
Yeah,
I've been to Peterborough.
and 3 from Charlton, Portsmouth, Sunderland, Doncaster.
There's a load more that are a lot nearer, aren't they, this season for some reason?
Yeah,
Because all
and
the
there's
shit
not a
teams
lot
are up
of.
north, aren't
We
they?
were trying to think of London clubs, but who's coming down? So Rotherham, Bolton, Ipswich. Yeah, I've only been to Ipswich once.
As a kitman.
As kitman, I played there. Played
Did you?
there several times when I was
What?
when I was a kid,
Doing what?
playing for Ipswich.
Oh, right. Well.
Yeah, Rotherham have been there loads of times. Bolton been a few times. Not really interested. There.
Yeah, I'm going to say High Wycombe, AFC, and either Coventry or Oxford. Probably Coventry, because that's a better.
All right.
It's an easier journey, quite honestly.
We are missing out on Walsall this year.
Yeah,
which
they've
is a
come
shame.
down. Good. Fuck them.
That was a great day. Shrewsbury's a good day. Southend's decent. Wycombe obviously being close. Rochdale's all right.
Nah.
Bristol Rovers not
That's a
that
good one.
bothered.
Don't
Gillingham's
like them.
shithole,
Yeah.
horrible to get to. Oxford's easy. Fleetwood, long way but
Nah, I ain't going there.
all right. Burton going because it's new. Cov, assuming they've got somewhere to play.
Yeah, they might not
And
be in, but they might
Pish.
be.
Yeah, and then I say you've got
That might be a home game for us
It could
anyway,
be, yeah, it
Coventry.
could well be.
Quite honest with you.
It could be. And we'll be playing 3 out of the 4: Charlton, Portsmouth, Sunderland, Doncaster. Not really bothered about any of those.
Nah.
Been to all of those.
That's the
so
ones
not
I'm looking forward to.
particularly
Yeah, so good as that.
Yeah, so those are the ones. We're ready to go. I think that was it actually from
Good for
Midland.
us. Yeah.
Thanks for all the podcasts you've done this season. I look forward to them starting
Thank
again
you
in
very
August.
much. It's been a
Have a great
pleasure
summer.
doing them.
Regards, Matt. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
Matt.
Matt.
Lovely to hear from you. And as you may have seen or may not have seen, we are looking for that third
We are.
co-host.
Now, we have had 2 people that want to do it.
Yeah.
So what we think we would do is we're probably going to rotate between. Well, we've had 3, haven't we, or 4? But there's 2 that are. There's 2 that are.
nearer,
Yeah.
sort of 5 or 6.
But there's 2 that
yeah.
are definite. So what we're probably going to do is sort of rotate.
Yeah.
So I
I
think
think
that's
that's
probably
fair,
the best thing, isn't it?
Because
we don't want to let anyone down, really.
And we
yeah.
always said we wanted to get as many people.
Yeah. And we don't want to
involved as
turn around and
possible,
say
so-
you can't come on because you're a prick.
Yeah,
Now you're going to have to think who we're thinking about.
yeah. It's probably all of you, to be fair. But right, so we give Housewives Favourite.
Give Housewives
We
Favourite.
give Housewives
Where is
Favourite.
Housewives
call.
Favourite?
He's in Mallorca or somewhere
We've
like that.
gone
Isn't he?
international, Tony.
He's gone international. Isn't he? Here we go. Right, it's even dialing international. Look,
Tony.
here he is.
There he is, Ray!
Hey.
Where are you, Sam?
I'm in sunny Mallorca.
He's in Mallorca.
He's in Mallorca, where they drink the
Mallorca.
water, don't
Mallorca.
water. Just I saw you on Saturday after the game. I saw you Sunday, all day pretty much, and you were a
Yeah,
fucking mess. But
Oh,
explain the joy of the final whistle for you on Saturday.
it was the worst. It was the single worst game of football I've ever watched in my life. I don't know if you've seen the interview with Gilby after the game, where he said he just hated it. I hated it. I sat with my family came as well to the game, and I sat watching the second half of them for the first 20 minutes, and there was a bloke next to me saying, "Give me reasons why Chuck should be sold." So I quickly moved, and I went and stood at the back for the rest of it. Me and Una were just sat there. With, I've got no nails left, literally. It's just a relief. Just a relief of, we had to get all the games ready for the playoffs, should we get there, and, we'd have to work back holiday Monday. Obviously, my family going away, and I wouldn't be able to do that, but, just a relief. Whereas now, you'll probably be delighted to hear, I've been bedbound today. Spent €120 on the doctor's appointment and antibiotics because my body is basically broken from the weekend.
Well, that's good
Yeah,
news.
that
isn't it?
doesn't surprise me.
Good. Well done.
If you get in at 6 o'clock in the morning and then go to work for 11,
and then go out on the lash. What time did you get in Monday morning?
It's a great question, Tony. One I wish I could answer.
Well, then, you deserve everything you get.
Put it this way, I think, we were upstairs and all the players and all that went to Pinks again.
Yeah.
And it was just one of them where, oh, God, it was just... It was good. It was good. I'm literally broken now. But no, it was great. It was very good. Very good. Very good.
Excellent. So, are you all ready to go north?
Not yet. No, still waiting on the confirmation of the house. But I mean, I think what's happening is I'm obviously here till Saturday. Then I'm back at work next week until the Friday, and I think that might be it. I think we're just kind of waiting on my replacement, and then it's going to be packing up and cleaning up and starting in Wigan in the 3rd of June. So I've got a couple of weeks to sort the house out and get all that stuff sorted. But apart from that,
Do you think-
I miss you, Sam. I'm sad to see you go now.
Do you think you'll cry?
yeah, but huh?
Do you think you'll cry?
You know what? I can't believe I'm actually admitting this. I actually had a little tear. I genuinely did. When we won finals, everyone's going mental. Una said to me, "Where's your mum?" So I obviously ran down to her.
No, that was Tony that said that.
She looked at me bursting into tears. I was like, fucking bottom lip was wobbling. I'm like, I'm this 16 stone, 25-year-old bloke whimpering like a little bitch.
That's good. No, it was a good day. It
brilliant,
really was. It's a brilliant day out.
It was.
I did see you in the shop, didn't you? You were busy though. I let you get on with your job.
Even saw you in your shirt.
I did, yeah. I said I'd wear it. Old school Marshall Tony I had on.
Yeah.
The
That's
old
what we
fashioned
like.
Buy
one.
another one, though.
Yeah.
Didn't buy another one, though, you cheapskate.
No, I didn't know. I'm buying one next year though. We've had this conversation. You can listen to the podcast and find out what I'm going to do for Wimbledon away.
See, you'll like next year's shirt. So
Good old.
that's my leaving present.
Yes.
They're nice.
I hope they're pure white with Marshall written on them, or I'm not buying one.
You might be a little bit disappointed.
I'll be
mate.
disappointed
You might be a
too.
little bit
Oh,
disappointed.
no.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
Yeah. No, that is something to look forward to. Actually, yeah. Although it will get the same reception as it does every year. Which I see on the concrete. I've seen on the concrete roundabout today. All those that slated it absolutely killed it at the beginning of the season are now saying, "Do you know what? It's actually Grubby." They
not a
always
bad
fucking do.
It's
They
not a
always
bad
do.
Have you
always
seen,
alright.
there's someone's posted on the Facebook group, I just looked at it then while I was having a meal. Someone, I think the club have posted a montage of all the goals he scored this year.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. And someone commented, first comment being, this is why we should sell Agard, because all of his goals are penalties and he should have had more. And just fuck off. I can say it now 'cause I'm leaving.
Yeah.
Fucking knob.
See, that's fine, mate. That's fine. What are they going to do? Sack you? But no,
Yeah,
you're
exactly.
absolutely right. There is no pleasing some people, as Chaz
Ain't no
as
pleasing
Chaz
you,
said.
Tony.
Yeah. And some people are just born fucking stupid.
They are.
And
I'm one of them.
yeah.
Hold on.
Why? We can't hold on, mate. We're broadcasting live to the nation here.
Hello, lovely Tony.
Hey! There she is! Hey! She left the other morning with that.
Without
so
saying
much as a goodbye.
Oh, Tony, I'm
No.
disappointed. Hello, I'm already Mrs. Sam.
Left one of her socks in the bathroom.
She's met
Well, this is just brilliant.
Yeah, I don't know why she was wearing 3 socks, but there you go.
Miss you. Well, that was a stupid idea.
See? That's the effect I have on the woman.
You do have that in women, Tony.
Why did I give her the phone? What a fucking idiot.
I don't know, because your mum told you to give her the phone, probably.
Oh, dear.
Are we, there's one next week. We're doing one next week, aren't we?
No,
No,
this is the last
this is it.
one, mate. We've decided.
Unless you want to do a supplementary one with me.
No. I'll probably have too much.
Yeah, I think,
anyway.
this is the last
Yeah.
one. We're
It'll
done.
just be, it will be superfluous
We're
to
tired
retirements.
out.
Yeah, we're tired out.
We've not been into the playoffs.
We've had a long season.
We have. We're tired,
We have
Sam.
had a long
Yeah.
season.
We've had a lot of minutes. A lot of minutes on
Under
the
our
pitch.
belt, Tony.
Yeah, that Newport pitch
That's
as well.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah. Right, well, we'll let it go back to lying in
bed,
bed
basically.
and being dead.
Yeah, good luck to you.
Yeah.
And enjoy the rest of your holiday if you ever do recover.
I don't think I will.
Good lad.
I've got my leave and do at home on Hitchin on Saturday, so
Oh, that'll help.
Hitchin.
Yeah, that'll help.
That'll
Yeah.
be good, yeah. That's the age of recovery.
Double up on the antibiotics, be fine.
Well, it's been a pleasure having you, mate. Really
Yeah,
has.
yeah, we enjoy
I
it.
loved it.
And good luck to you.
Well, good luck in your replacement search, because it's not going to be as good as me.
Even if he does say so himself.
Well, you see that.
Diversity, so it could be a she, could be a woman, you never know.
Oh,
Could
a
be.
woman,
Could be.
Tony.
Yeah.
Oh,
Could be mum.
Could be your mum, yeah.
Could be.
Get her to games,
Just
be
doing
fine.
that.
Yeah, she'll be an expert in no time, like everybody.
right. See you later, then, mate.
See you later, love you! Love you!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I think that's more or less us, isn't it?
I think that's pretty much it. I did want to say about the crowd on Saturday. Well done. I've never seen, generally, as I was... Did I tell you I was helping out in the box office on Saturday?
No, we didn't mention
I
that.
did say that. So I was helping out in the box office because I was so busy.
You're a nice boy.
Got in at 10 o'clock, and it's the first time ever, and I've worked there for some very big matches in that ticket office.
Man United.
Yeah, I was kit man for that one.
Yeah, but you were...
But I saw the crowd, yeah.
Yeah, seen the crowd.
I've never seen so many stands completely sold out. Normally, if you've got a block of, say, 625 seats, I think some of them are, 625 seats, you'll always have one or two single seats that you can't sell, or you're just waiting for some sad old loser to come in who's coming on his own. But genuinely, completely, 100% sold out.
Oh, it was a great
The entire East Stand, the entire cowshed, the entire corner family area, and most of Club Red, except for one strip down the side. Absolutely fantastic.
Was there people in the top tier, or was that just...
There was. We opened up the top
that,
right above the standard corner.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, so 20,700 and something, wasn't it?
Did you see that video from...
On TalkSport?
Yeah.
What a fucking idiot
He's
that
great, that guy, because he's actually really funny. Both of them do the Guardian Football Weekly podcast, and they're both really funny on it. And, like, what happened on that video was what happens on it, and it was just so funny, because he's gone like, oh, fucking hell, 3,000, and it was so funny, that thing.
But that just shows a level of ignorance, doesn't it, really?
Like, he's the guy that the Guardian get to do, they get him to do the Scottish thing, and he's got no idea about Scottish football at all, you know, and he genuinely doesn't like his crap, right? And I posted this thing like, yeah, well done, mate, you've got as much knowledge about bloody lower league English football as you has about Scottish football.
Alright, well, let's finish off quote of the season talking about pundits.
Go on.
For me, it's got to be Asgard. And that Luton, that Lincoln forward who apparently plays for us.
That was it.
John Akinde. So Akinde and Asgard. Up front for the Dons. That was my favourite, and again, just shows that level of ignorance and not reading or forgetting to look at your squad, trying not to look at your script and then guessing.
Not giving a fuck really, because you're just there to take
because you're getting paid. It's getting paid.
Well, we're done. I'd like to say thank you to everyone we've had on as a guest.
Yeah, all our guests.
Speaking of guests, the fucking
the quiz. I knew there was.
I'm
frantically looking at my phone, thinking I know there's something I've forgotten. So the quiz. The competition.
Which was
to
you
win.
had to have a picture taken at.
A picture taken at the away game with either myself and or Sam, whether it be surreptitiously or not. And the winner is. Guest of the show.
Guest of the show.
Lisa Spearman.
Now, this is not
deserved winner.
This is not a. We're not just doing it because we know her. She genuinely
she genuinely did. I'm glad it wasn't one of those people that didn't put their name on the email, because I wouldn't have known how to reply.
So you people that sent those pictures in and didn't put your
that
fucking
was
name on
that
it.
was actually drawn by a woman in my office who, when I said it's for a football competition, she sneered. So it's genuinely straight out of the virtual hat. So Lisa's won a lovely rucksack as well that Louis gave us as well. An Araya rucksack, which is full of old training gear, which I was meant to bring with me tonight. But he's even folded up really nicely and put it in there. So Lisa, we'll arrange to meet up somewhere or something. I think we're in the same quiz team soon, so
you can give it
I can give her it then, yes. We started off with terrible innuendos and we finished.
Yeah, I'd like to say genuinely a massive thanks to everyone that's got involved. I'd like to especially thank Malvin Kamara.
Yes.
Because if it wasn't for Malvin, we wouldn't have had those 4,000 extra downloads that week.
Yeah, exactly.
So thanks for that, Chief.
Yeah.
I'd like to thank everyone that came on as a guest.
Yep.
I'd like to thank everyone that got involved via Facebook or sending
Twitter,
questions all of that. But I'd really like to thank everyone that's downloaded it, because you don't need to do it, because we're just a couple of fucking drunk idiots sat in a shed on a Wednesday night having a laugh, and it seems to have gone really well. So basically, we'll be back
August-ish.
The week before.
Maybe a pre-season one during pre-season.
But we will be back a week before the season starts, whatever happens, definitely. With a new
co-host, Tony.
If you want to be the co-host or you'd like to be one of the guests, hosts at some point, mkdonsradioshow@gmail.com. Also, if you want to be me bird, as long as Sam's mum's not listening, mkdonsradioshow@gmail.com. I've got 10 weeks of no football, so I want to occupy. It's roughly 10 weeks. Yeah, but it's not. Yeah, it's too spread out, isn't it? Yeah. So drop us a line. Anything you want to talk about, either your holidays or things that happened to you, or player gossip.
Anything.
Anything
Have
at
you
all.
seen a famous player in an unusual place?
And in fact, the new shirts will be out before the season starts, won't they? So send us your ideas, your sketches, preferably badly drawn, of what you think next season's shirt will look like. Not much use for a podcast, really, that is it. But we can stick the photos up on Facebook and Twitter for your what you've drawn. Yeah, send us your artist's impressions of next season's shirt as well. And,
so that's us done.
Yes, thank you very much to everyone.
Going to leave you with a different theme tune
Slightly
this week.
different, yes. And don't forget, if you haven't and don't already know about them, there are secret messages at the end of every podcast.
Don't forget, even when the music fades out, it's worth, if you've not listened to all the podcasts, go back and listen after the music fades out, because there's hidden tracks at the end of them.
Not on all of them, to be fair.
Not on all of them,
Not on all of them.
Only when there's funny things.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're leaving you with a different theme tune this week, and we'll see you just at the,
Probably pre-season,
end of July,
beginning of August,
yeah. She's lost a lot of weight, Tony.
Oh, well, that's a bit of her, Carol Vorderman. Yeah.
Anyone else?
Who's that other one? The bird off
Colleen Nolan.
Yes, oh yeah, definitely.